Welcome to Ed Talks, presented by Dr Edward Gifford.
Hi, this is Dr Edward Gifford and welcome to Ed Talks. This is the first of a series of success strategies for heart-centered businesses. Today I'm going to share the first strategy, which is why you must have a map to build a successful business. Today I want to talk about how essential it is to have a map for your business. Have you ever wondered why we spend so much time planning a holiday, planning our homes and having a map for that, even planning a retirement, mapping out all the things that you need to do to plan a wedding, and even sporting events? There's so much planning and mapping that goes on to that. And yet when it comes to a business, something that we spend most of our time doing in life, that we just don't have a plan. Do you know, over the past few years I've worked with hundreds of small business owners, and about 99% of them just don't have a plan. They don't have a map for their business. What about you? Do you have one that's written down? Yeah, Edward, I hear you say, I've got it all up here. Yeah, but having it all up there is a bit like having goals all up in the air. They're up in your head, but you've not written them down. And to really have a successful business, you've got to get your plan and your map, and you've got to write it down. There's some magic that goes on from actually taking from what's up in your head to down and putting it on paper. So I want to just stress to you that having a map is so essential for your business. Now, a map has both context and content. Take a road map, for example. Isn't it great to sort of open it up and see where you are now and where you want to go to, and you get the big picture, but along the way you've got to have all of the little signposts and the content of the map. Have a look at this picture, for example. I bet you can't guess where that is. It's a village in Japan, and you climb up a big tower and you look down and there you see this beautiful picture, and you get a real context of what's going on there in that picture. But guess what? How is it made? Made from those three coloured rices that you see on the right hand side of your screen. Three coloured rices, the content making that beautiful big picture. And the trouble is with us and with business, we're so busy in the content of our business, day to day, rushing about, just trying to keep everything going, that we don't get a chance to see the big picture. So your business map has both to have context and content. Now, in terms of the context of your map, you've got to just know where you're headed and where you are now. So in this diagram we have here, it's a typical growth model. Doesn't matter whether you're a startup business, whether you've been in business for a couple of years, or whether you're a huge big multinational organisation. Every business goes through this growth path. Now, if you look at the first wall there, you see after the startup, there's about 75% of businesses don't get through that first wall. And I bet you can guess why. Yes, one of the reasons is there's no map, there's no plan. They haven't got any real direction of where they're going. Now, I know some people get really passionate about their product and their service and say, yeah, we're going to start a business. And they get to that first wall and they never get through it. So having a map is absolutely essential. So my question to you is, having a look at this now, where are you now and where do you want to be in, say, 12 months' time? Now you might say, well, I've got a map of where I want to be in 5 years' time, Edward, but where do you want to be, say, in the next 6 to 12 months? Once you get through that startup phase, you see there's that growth phase. That's great. There's the money coming in and you start to buy a few toys and you're really enjoying your business. It's growing, developing, everyone's on board and there's happy faces. But you get to a point where you get this second brick wall there, and a lot of people really find it hard. And when they build their business to that sort of level, it starts to get a bit stressful, and they say, oh, Edward, I never signed up for this. I wanted the flexibility of my own business and to have my own lifestyle. And all of a sudden I've got more staff and more headaches. So having a map and a strategic plan to get you through there is really essential. And once you finally get through that with the help of experts and mentors and coaches, you can go into an advanced growth phase, and businesses do this too. But I don't believe we're going to plateau for so long. We're either green and growing or we're brown and dying. So it's really important for you to have a context. Now, another part of this context is to ask yourself these big four questions. The first question is, why does my business exist? Now, you might say, Edward, my business exists to give me the lifestyle I want, I want to be my own boss. I want the flexibility of when I can work and when I don't work. But they're the micro whys, and there's nothing wrong with those. But we need a big macro why, and I'm going to talk more about that in another talk. The other big question is, where is my business headed? This is our vision. Why is your purpose? Where is where you're headed? If you don't know where you're headed, how are you going to get there? And just like that picture we saw of the paddy fields, you have to climb up there and see the big picture. Once you've got there, you've got that clear vision, you can see where you're headed. You can see the end result. You see it in your mind's eye and you bring it about. Now, how do you do that? That's the big question. The next question, how am I going to implement my vision, which is anchored in my purpose? And along the way, there's that big question of, what do I value? What are the core principles that I make decisions by day? So they are very, very important, four big questions. I wonder if you know exactly why your business exists, where it's headed, how you're going to get there, and how do you make decisions, and what are your values upon which you make those decisions day by day. Now, if you have a look here, this is an example of those four big questions in practice. This particular organisation is a shop fitting business, and their purpose was encouraging growth. And I remember clearly the boss said, if we're not encouraging the growth of all you guys sitting around the table here, if we're not encouraging the growth of the people that we actually install our shop fit outs to, if I'm not encouraging the growth of all the guys in the workshop and all our suppliers and all our stakeholders, he said, I might as well pack up and go home. So you can see that's a bigger purpose. That's a bigger why than just wanting to make money. Now, the vision they had was to create, experience and maintain theatre. Didn't matter who walked into the shops that they fitted out. They wanted people to really experience theatre. And how did they do that? Through effective consultation, innovative design, quality manufacture, professional installation, working community, thinking incorporated, and ongoing support. These are the missions that they perform to bring about their vision. And you can see down there, interrelated in purple, all the values. And I won't go into those because you can see those there. But these are the values that organically developed out of their vision, their purpose, and their missions. Now, the other thing about the context and the mapping of your business, and I want you to be able to see what sort of model you want for your business. Now, the traditional model is you, the business owner, spending 85% of your time with your customers, maybe 10% working on your business, 5% on your staff, whether they are virtual staff or whether actual staff. And we're so busy working in our business. Remember the three little rice colours? We're working in the paddy fields and we just don't see the big picture. And quite often we're tired and stressed and worn out. We don't have to be like that, I know, but that typically is the sort of model that many businesses find themselves in. Alternatively, you can have the context, if you like, or the vision and the map in your mind of you being the owner of the business, you being the mentor, you working on your business, and you building up a team. And 80% of your time is not on your customers now, but 80% of your time is working with your team, and you train the team to take care of your customers. And then you have on-purpose customers. These are customers who become great advocates, raving fans. They give you referrals, they pay on time, and they have better ordering. And what they do is, in turn, look after your business, and the business then looks after you. Now, that is a great context in which you can operate in, and that's a different sort of model. So not only does our business have a context and our map has the big picture, you know, we're starting here and we're going to go there, all those big questions that I've been talking about, but a good business map has also the content in it. And these are the things which you've got to develop. They'll be your strategic plan and your SMART goals and your marketing plan and your positioning statement, and how you're going to build up client relationships, your customer service strategies, your staff development, getting a risk management plan. These are all the content of your map that you need to build into your plan. So look, having a map gives you both context and content. And you know, when you've got that map, ladies and gentlemen, all of those you're listening to here, you get confidence because you know where you're going, you know how you're going to get there. It gives you great clarity, and with that clarity comes certainty, and you've got checkpoints along the way. Yes, I've achieved this, now my next point is here. And not only does it give you currency in the financial aspect of currency, but it's up to date. It's a map that is current, and this is what you need to do right now to achieve your goals. And also it gives you conversation points. Now these conversations are going to be with a mentor or with peers or your team, and without a map there's no conversations. Without conversations, nobody knows where they're going and what they're doing. And it gives you a compass. It's your true north. You know where you're headed. So it's really, really important to have your map for your business. Now, if you don't know how to develop a map, I suggest you get a mentor, you get a coach, someone who can help you not only develop it, but implement it. So, look, it's me being very, very animated about you having a map for your business, but I know that if you don't have a map, the old saying, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, and it's really important. I encourage you to get that map, put it into practice, and really grow your business successfully.
I hope you've enjoyed this edition of Ed Talks. Remember, the real secret of success is not what you know, but what you do with what you know. This is Dr. Edward Gifford wishing you every success for your business and career. I look forward to seeing you next time.